Hello, everybody. My name is Connor Vagel, and almost forgot my own caster name and last name there. Well, that was odd. Anyway, my name is Connor Vagel, and I am coming to you once again from the campus of Northern Illinois University, where we are getting ready to have a best of three in the Esports Collegiate Conference between Northern Illinois and the Miami Redhawks out from the state of Ohio. And both teams coming into this one in playoff position. Both teams locked in their spots in the playoffs based on performances over the past, I believe it's 9 sessions of play over the last 6 weeks or so. And so this one is a battle for playoff seeding. If NIU can get the win here, they would very likely move into that third seed in the Esports Collegiate Conference. However, with a loss, NIU will be locked in to that fourth seed more than likely, as they would not have that tiebreaker and could only get to a tie. So yes, they would be locked into the fourth seed, playing whoever ends up being the first seed, which is a bit of a mess at the top. So we will not run through all the permutations right off the bat, but as you guys can see on your screen right now, currently coming into the day with each of these teams left to play 2 games, or 2 matches, I should say. Buffalo is in the lead here at 8-1 based on win time, average win time. Miami is sitting at 8-1, the second seed based on that average win time. And then in the third seed is Northeastern based on average win time. And then at 1 game behind here, NIU is in the fourth seed. That match would take place, as you see on your screen, Saturday, March 20th at 2 p.m. We will have all the coverage here when NIU opens up their playoff run. Like I mentioned, we are getting ready to have NIU versus Miami. Give us a couple seconds and we'll be right back. All right, and there you go. As we mentioned, NIU versus Miami. We'll get to the conference standings here in just a second. Let's go ahead and see those pop up. Let's see now. Yep. So sitting in the top as we went through, Western Michigan, Akron, Kent State, and I believe it's Ball State have all played their matches for this weekend. So they are all sitting with 10 matches played. So that's why the standings are a little bit off, but let's go ahead and run on through them. In a tie for first, but based on average win time, this is a little bit off. The seeding currently stands Buffalo, Miami, then Northeastern based on the tiebreaker of average win time, as each of these teams has a 1-1 record against each other. But Buffalo, Miami, and Northeastern all tied at 8-1 up at the top. NIU then has locked themselves into the playoffs at 7-2. Western Michigan now 6-4 on the season. Akron and Kent State tied for, I believe that's 6th place in the conference at 5-5. Ohio at 3-6. Central Michigan is 2-7, as is Eastern Michigan and Bowling Green. And then Ball State are lonely at the bottom of the standings. They are going to look to turn it around over the next couple of months into next season. But yeah, at 0-10 on the year. Let's go ahead and look at the starting lineups for these two teams. NIU going to be coming into the day with the same lineup they've been running each and every week. It's going to be Alpha Squirtle 81 in the top lane. PCH will be manning the jungle. Space Marine 18 will be the mid laner. Summoner XD will be the bot laner with Crix GG as his support. Garmore is the coach of your Huskies. On the side of Miami, they're going to be using Lucent in the top lane. Mayamo Big D will be the jungler. Their mid laner is Troy1, and IBN and Cleve will be their bot laner and support, respectively. We should be getting into game pretty shortly here, just about 5 minutes until we get it in there. But yeah, as we mentioned, this is a big match for both of these teams, the Miami Redhawks and the Huskies, as they are both looking to secure their playoff positioning at this point in time. Each of them has already secured a spot in the playoffs, but they are looking at trying to get a better seeding for it. As we mentioned, with that tie at the top, that'll be broken based on win time. If it stays as a top, then we will see the we'll see the NIU take on Buffalo in the first round. The average win time right now is sitting at about 23 minutes for the Bulls from Buffalo. The Redhawks are sitting at about 25 minutes, and then the Northeastern Huskies are sitting at about 28 minutes. So there are a few permutations of how this could all play out. If we see a full tie at the top, things get even weirder. That would require that Miami loses this one, so NIU would have to win out, obviously, and Buffalo and Northeastern would have to give a little bit of help as well. Looking at if NIU is to lose this one, Miami could stay in that tie for the top with a win here, as well as a win next week, and Northeastern and Buffalo winning out as well. That would leave a little bit of a different little bit of a odd permutation for the bracket, but we'll have all of those lined up for you next week when NIU takes on Eastern Michigan in their final match of the season. And if we do bring that one to you, we will. It'll be next Saturday at 2 p.m. Also of note, NIU will take on Northeastern in Overwatch later on tonight. That game is going to be at 6 p.m. right here on the same channel. It'll be streamed by our good friends Sean Boy Q and Hunter Last Shot. We'll have that one for you, all the action live as your Huskies try to move to 2-1 in Overwatch in Esports Collegiate, and your League of Legends team, as we mentioned, tries to move right now to 8-2 on the season. We should be into game, as we mentioned, very shortly here, just waiting on a few more things to come through. We are waiting on at least one member of NIU, as well as waiting on the entirety of Miami's team. As we mentioned, each of these teams will have until when you guys are seeing this, it'll be 2 minutes after live time. So each of these teams will have until 2:15 to be fully ready, or else they would forfeit the match as a no-show. For you guys, that would be 2:17 you'd be looking for on your clocks. That is for competitive integrity. We are showing this match on a 2-minute delay as we are required to. But as we mentioned, just for competitive integrity to make sure that nobody is stream sniping or anything of that matter, we'll also be, as we mentioned, on a 3-minute delay where we break down some things after champion select before we can get into the match. Still waiting on a few more, like we mentioned. But yeah, let's keep on running through this, how we got here. Why don't we, since we have a minute, we can take a look at how NIU has gotten to this 7-2 record on the season. So in week 1, NIU opened up their season against the formidable foes of the of Central Michigan, who, despite their record, have been playing a little bit better than their 2-7 record this year. But NIU was able to take them down in short work, 2-0. So NIU had moved on to 1-0. They then moved on to play the Ball State Cardinal, where they became the first team to drop a game against them. Actually, only team so far, but did win the series 2-1, which means that they would end up going on to be 2-0. On the season. They then faced Western Michigan, who now they also beat them 2-1. Western Michigan actually is now the first team out of the playoffs, which is a big deal for the side of NIU, meaning that they've beaten the next ones up in a close match, but they were able to take that victory. They then fell in week 4 to Buffalo, quick 2-0 series. Where they look to then turn it around against the side of Ohio, where they started a nice little run here and were able to win 2-0 against Ohio, 2-0 against Bowling Green, 2-0 against Akron, and then 2-0 against Kent State to move themselves up to a nice 7-1 record on the season. And then in their last game, they did get taken down by Northeastern 2-0, but in close games that we are looking to see if they can't continue on this pace. So sitting at 7-2 on the season, NIU just looking to continue on this path. let's go ahead and, my apologies, we're gonna transition you back into that slideshow, so you should be able to see this one going on through. My apologies, I know you were sitting on the starting lineup for Miami here. Yeah, as we mentioned, the teams in Esports Collegiate are Akron, Bowling Green, Ball State, Buffalo, Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan, Kent State, Miami, Northeastern, Northern Illinois, Ohio, Toledo, and Western Michigan. The name we didn't read out here is Toledo of the League of Legends teams. They are not fielding a team in that tournament, but they are participating in the Overwatch bracket this season. Akron currently has the lead across the conference in terms of raw circuit points, as they were the champions of the Rocket League tournament this fall. And again, the reason that this playoff seeding is so important is that moving into the National College League of Legends Championships, we see that that Esports Collegiate has just one seed guaranteed for the tournament. So their winner does move on. The playoff winner does move on towards the top 32 bracket. However, their second place team is eligible to be selected by the committee into the top 32 bracket, but is not guaranteed that spot. Whoever that may be makes it very interesting. I know it's going to be a very interesting job for the committee to figure out where exactly these teams fall in the pecking order, and IU would definitely like to be up there with that, but we will see exactly where they're able to go. Looks like both teams are in towards the side of Champion Select. We should be in the actual Championship Select any second now. Let's go through the ranks real quick. Lucent is Diamond 3 in the top lane for Miami. Mayamo Big D is the Master Tier Jungler. Troy 1 is the Master Tier mid laner. IBN is Diamond 2 in that ADC role, and Cleave is Master in the support role. As you can see, Miami is on paper looking to be one of the best two teams in the conference. Very high rank, as well as some very good coaching around that team. So they are going to be a very formidable opponent for NIU this week. But if NIU can take them down, obviously it would be very interesting for the playoff order. Looks like both teams are getting to say they are ready. So we should be into Champion Select any second now. Thank you so much to the 18 viewers we've got. We're so glad to have you. Hopefully we will get a few more as this game goes on. But thank you so much to those of you watching so far, as this is going to be a great series for you. And NIU will just about be getting ready to start on up in this match. Looking at it, we should be, as I mentioned, any second, just waiting on the full R's from either side. NIU, let's go through their ranks real quick. In the top lane, it's Alpha Squirtle 81, who is unranked. PCH is the Diamond 3 jungler. Space Rain 18 is Diamond 2 in that mid lane. Summoner XD, Diamond 4. And Crix GG is Master Tier. I'm very interested to see how this Champ Select ends up playing out. NIU and Miami play very similar types of styles, but looking at some of those average win times, Miami looks to play a very early game sort of style. NIU may play a little bit more scaling. Miami had lots of early game wins, but looking towards the later part of the season, when teams are able to shut them down and move them towards the later game, that's when teams start to take a game or two off of them in the set, able to find, forcing Miami into like these 35-minute victories that they don't seem as comfortable on. So I'm interested to see if NIU wants to go that way, possibly play through their jungle or support here. And also, I'm interested to see how much homework Miami has done on this draft, as NIU definitely has some priorities here with some of these picks. Some of the things that come to mind we'll mention once we get into Champ Select after the bans have finished, just because we want to make sure that there is no competitive integrity issues. But yeah, we should be into Champ Select now, and there it is. So we'll get you guys into the Champion Select. All right. Now, it's going to be NIU looking for this one here. It is the first ban going through. Anivia going to be the ban here from the side of Miami, as expected. Always the case when you are against NIU. Sorry, my chair is in the way. But looking at it here, NIU going to answer with the Hecarim ban. That is something they have been looking to either pick or ban themselves. Rel going to be taken off the board now by the side of Miami. NIU then going to look to take off the Olaf, and this is a very quick champ select, as now Udyr is going to be the ban, and Galio going to be answered on there. So some of those very powerful picks, NIU going to let through the Seraphine. They think they have an answer for it. It is going to be now the Hover of the Senna. So Seraphine, a very good pick right now as a flex pick, able to go in towards that mid lane, in towards the support role. Could also go in as the farming bot lane carry. Senna going to be the hover here for NIU, something they've been looking to add to their repertoire a little bit more. We'll see if that is indeed what they want to play, and it is going to be locked in, so they think they have it. We'll see if they are just how they want to position around this one. Very likely going to be the Senna 80 carry rather than the Senna support here, and very much the priority on that one here. NIU now going to leave up, going to find their pick here. We'll see what they want to do. Is it the full bot lane pairing they want to go with? Instead, they are just waiting on the hover, and it's going to be the Graves taken for PCH. He'll pilot that Graves in the jungle. Very strong pick, looking for that 1v1 potential, and definitely something that he's got some comfort on. Hasn't played it as much this season, but we've seen him in past years. Yes, that is because this is not that playoff. That was the playoff picture of what could happen. This game is Miami, but there is the slide that says Buffalo is because of the possible playoff matchup. Anyway, Thresh is going to be the pick here for Cleve, something that definitely plays strongly, plays similarly to Rel. As we know, Thresh is a very staple pick in the support role. But looking at it now, it is going to be the side of Cleve taking that one, so we'll see what NIU wants to answer into that. Gnar also going to be picked up for Miami, so we are going to see some offset picks here as Miami has now picked possibly their mid laner and support as well as their top laner. We also have on the side of NIU, they've picked their ADC and jungler, and now we'll answer with the top laner. So this may be a possible mid lane, possible ADC type of change here. So looking at it, there is going to be the next ban, and Ornn is going to be the pick for NIU, as I mentioned. So definitely something that we've seen Alpha Squirtle 81 play when that Gnar is taken, is that Ornn. So definitely kind of a playing for the weak side here. Means that NIU will likely be playing towards that bot side. Karthus going to be banned away here as the jungler for Miami has not been picked. So NIU will ban away that Karthus now, and it will be answered by the Tom Kench pick, or sorry, by the Tom Kench ban here by Miami. Something that's very strong with Senna. However, even though we've seen Crix GG play that a lot in the past, I don't know that we've seen as much priority on that champion for him this season. So might have been a bit of a different type of ban away here. NIU thinking this is going to be Seraphine going in towards the ADC role, so they're banning away the Yone. They have that Yone banned away, and then looking at that, yep, there is the 2 minutes of extra delay. That's why you'll hear this 2 minutes after you sent that message. But yeah, there it is. It's going to be now the Blitzcrank answered away, so they really want to pinch that champion pool for Crix GG. I don't know that that's necessarily something you can do here. Alistar is still up. I don't know that that's necessarily what you want to play into the Thresh. I'm very interested to see what Crix ends up picking here. Heimerdinger going to be locked in for NIU. Very different style of pick from anything that they have played in the past. Could be going towards the mid lane with that, but definitely not something I'm very surprised by that pick, I should say. For Space Marine 18, with things like the Syndra, like the Cassiopeia up, he decides to go with the Heimerdinger. It's going to be the Lucian now picked up for IBN. More than likely, that is going towards the bot lane. And now we are going to see the side of Miami pick up that Lilia. That's going to go in towards the jungle. So very likely that's a Seraphine mid with a Lucian ADC. But now we're looking at the side of NIU. What will they answer into this one as the support into that Thresh Lucian bot lane. Could be something like a Morgana, but it's actually going to be the Heimerdinger support. Wow. Or could even be a Heimerdinger top lane and Ornn support. NIU definitely playing a different type of composition here. Not what we expect them to play or have seen them play very often, as Victor is going to be picked up for Space Marine 18 here, and it is indeed going to be Crix playing that Heimerdinger. Interesting pick. I have not seen him play this champion, so I'm very surprised and very excited to see how we're going to be seeing NIU pilot this one. It is a mage in the bot lane, can also have that CC and a lot of poke potential, especially with the Senna. We'll see exactly. It could be something that's been played in. Please throw it in chat if it's something that's been played in the foreign the like the LC or LEC or the LPL or LCK. If I'm missing any of those any international leagues that have played it, that would be very interesting. But look at this. We have looking. Let's go through these lineups. So weak side again for Miami, and it is indeed going to be the Lucian. We didn't necessarily mention that because of the timing here. They had up to 10 seconds to change that, but it is going to be Lucian in the mid lane here against that Victor. So will be a Seraphine ADC and a Lucian in the mid lane. You really give that AD carry sort of build here for the side of Miami. So Gnar going to be the top laner, Lilia, then Lucian, Seraphine, and Thresh on the side of Miami. On the side of NIU, they're playing the Ornn in the top lane. So again, weak side top. Graves is going to be that ranged AD carry, more of the DPS, as is Senna. Victor going to be relied on to be that farming mid lane mage. And then Heimerdinger going to be the support here. Very likely going to be a Senna, a fasting Senna in this case, just because that Heimerdinger is going to be wanting to get some of the farm. Very much a pick that you can take the farm on and still scale up and now have an additional scaling member of the team. So Senna will likely just look to grab the souls. And so that, I guess, is really the win condition for NIU is, can this Senna hit the power spike of the different tiers of her passive based on getting so many souls? Can she get to 60 before the end, or before Miami can get too far ahead in this game? Very interesting. Looking at this one. Thank you for the, looks like that's probably the Red Hawks, I'm assuming, or some Phoenix and the Red Hawks there. But go ahead and throw it in the chat. Who do you think is going to win this matchup with 1 minute here? Yeah, her passive nerf has not gone through yet. That'll go through on the middle of this week upcoming. But yeah, oh, that's just the let's go. I see. So yeah, let's go. It used to be when fasting Senna first happened, so I am very interested to see how this one is all going to play out. We'll also, once we get in between games here, we're going to be looking to see how the other matchups are doing, whether Buffalo and Northeastern are in the leads in their contest. So we will keep you up to date on those things throughout the day. Thank you so much, as we always mention, for you guys joining us. And actually, if you would be so kind, please throw a subscription or a follow or both in towards the channel. If you subscribe to the channel, you will get at tier 1 or just the subscriber or supporter tier, you will get the legacy logo emote if somebody wants to throw that in the chat. Then at tier 2, you'll get the Doggers emote, that is supporter plus, and at supporter ultimate, you will get the in my sights emote. All those are just so specific to subscribers, so we really welcome you to subscribe. And NIU looking to hopefully take an early lead in this best of 3 series. We'll end up seeing how this one all plays out. But let's go ahead, switch you guys over towards the current score screen just for the time being. My apologies. There you go. As we get into the game here, as we mentioned, NIU and Miami here for this game number 1. And there you go. We should be just waiting on that to actually load in. NIU, we're going to have to swap that one around. There you see it. And yeah, looking at the runes and summoner spells, TPs for all 4 solo laners, as we have come to expect. Heal and Ignite in the bot lane for both of these teams. On the side of NIU, let's go through both teams on their runes. Looking for the Gnar, it is going to be Grasp of the Undying, so he's going to be playing a little bit more of a tanky Gnar type of build. We have seen some of those fleet footwork runes come through at times for Gnar. We are seeing Lilia go with the Dark Harvest, so more than likely going for more of an AP build and not the Moonstone. I'd imagine that the Seraphine is going to be the one going for the Moonstone here. Lucian with the Press the Attack, going to be one that's good for lane. We do see as well that Seraphine is going to be running the Phase Rush, and then it's going to be the Aftershock on the Thresh. On the side of NIU, we do see Ornn is going to be using the Grasp of the Undying. Graves is going to be seeing the Phase Rush, also Phase Rush on the Victor. Glacial Augment, as we've come to expect, on the Senna, and then Arcane Comet on the Heimerdinger, which just goes to show that he's going to be looking to be more of a carry here. So almost certainly going to be fasting Senna. Looking at the starting items, Ornn is going to start with the refillable potion against the Dorn's Blade of the Gnar. On Lilia, we are going to see the Chilling Smite compared to the Corrupting Smite, or the Challenging Smite, sorry, of the Graves. In the mid lane, Dorn's Blade for Victor as expected. Dorn's Ring for the, Lucian as expected. Dorn's Ring for Victor. Dorn's Ring for Seraphine compared to the, looking at that, that is, what is that again? That is the Spectral Sickle, the new of the sport items. Newer, I should say, for Senna. And then Dorn's Ring on the side of Heimerdinger compared to the Steel Shoulder Guards for the Thresh. Just a little bit of trading going on in each of these lanes. NIU is going to be pushed in each of these lanes, which will mean that gold's going to be a little bit down here for the side of the Huskies. Very minimal here, as they'll be able to farm out and continue to just grab this. That's going to be a hook landing, the Death Sentence onto Heimerdinger here, and he's already taken to about half health, as nicely done by the side of Miami, able to get level 2 first and grab that nice trade on towards the Heimerdinger piloted by Crix. But with the Senna having her Q available, she'll be able to just heal Crix up to full here, and NIU will just go ahead and continue to farm out this wave. There's going to be another hook on towards Crix, and he's going to be ignited and immediately killed off. And heal and ignite both used by the side of NIU, but really nice hook coming through. The nice Death Sentence by Cleave here will catch out Crix, and first blood 3 minutes into the game onto Miami. NIU not really getting what they want out of that bot lane, as that is the problem with Heimerdinger, as he is so squishy that he can just be caught and killed very quickly. NIU going to run into, PCH is going to run into Mayama Big D here, as he does. That's a nice flash to steal away the scuttle, and with the Lucian already roaming over, this is going to be the map play, and it's going to be the kill picked up by Miami, and very quickly, 3.5 minutes, with the flash already on, will mean that Lilia will pick up that, actually, they'll be donated over towards Lucian, and NIU will already be down 3.5 minutes into the game, 2 kills here, and Miami showing exactly that early game aggression and map play that we have come to expect from them, as we mentioned there. And let's see, can we do that? Oh my goodness, that is awesome. I didn't know that you could do that. That's fantastic. Thank you so much to Milkman Lauren for that little tip on the additional zoom here. As let me know if you need it any bigger or smaller here. But yeah, NIU going to continue to find this one. This is going to be PCH again getting caught, and Lucian just going to chase him out. With Victor following now, it will just mean that they'll see if they can't get this one back. But now, Lucian does have the advantage here in the top lane. Will be the fight going through. And now you're going to have to back away. Alpha Squirtle will take a lot of damage, but the turret shot will mean that that Lucian will have to back away here. And we'll just see Alpha Squirtle farming under the turret. Nice damage coming through from Summoner XD, able to get a nice little chunk out of IBN. And this is going to be the gank. NIU coming in towards this one. The nice smoke screen, able to grab damage here, and won't really amount to anything else. Just getting the nice amount of damage out. And Ornn going to try to stop the recall there, but not able to do so. Lilia now just stealing the camps on the top side of PCH's jungle, already grabbing herself a nice little XP advantage. And looking at Lilia's buy off of that assist, she was able to pick up the Ionian Boots of Lucidity, so now does have that additional ability haste. No big deal. Will just mean that, or will just come in to make sure that Ornn can't get his recall off right away. And we'll see first dragon as the Ocean here, so will not be the Ocean Soul in this contest. Yeah, PCH still looking at level 4, and Lilia now looking for a possible dive here. With the culling available, Lucian is just going to dive turret. Nice flash from Space Marine 18 means that that is going to be the punish on that dive. Not able to find anything is Miami, and NIU able to grab the nice little advantage in that mid lane, turn it around here. But the gold lead already just about 1,500 in favor of Miami. So this is going to be a gank, though, towards the bot lane. NIU looking to turn things around. Nice smoke screen from the Graves. Flash forward comes through from Senna. Going to be now the damage, and the Seraphine now in a good spot. That's a nice ultimate coming through from Lucent, and that is going to be PCH dead. Nice flash comes through from Crix, and going to be the stun here, and we'll see if NIU is able to get the rest of their members out of this one, and they are indeed able to get the remaining members of the team out. What Lucian could be looking to re-dive here is going to go ahead and stop the back of this Ornn, and Ornn will just be the sacrifice. Nice flash forward to make sure that he can try to get out of this one, and able to use the ultimate now, but not able to grab anything else out of it. Will just be the death here from Ornn. 4-1 in favor of Miami, and they will pick up this Drake more than likely on this reset from NIU. As now we do see the Graves down 0-2, and it was just a nice little full map play. Everybody from Miami able to get towards the bot lane there and recover in what looked like an over-aggressive play. NIU looked like they had the advantage, but just stepping a little too far forward and allowing Miami to just turn on them and make that one the advantage for the side of the Red Hawks. Looking now, we do see the side of NIU able to just switch this this Victor up towards the top lane. Ornn going to be rotating back towards there, but Victor just going to be grabbing a little bit of damage on towards Lucent and seeing if he can't grab the waves here. Rift Herald does spawn in actually just now, so at 8 minutes. So NIU does have the option to go for that one, but will just back away. Lilia gonna go ahead and grab some vision on towards this Ocean Drake and start that one up with the level advantage not there anymore. Nice death sentence does come through from Cleave, but not able to grab anything as Crix was able to get away from that one. And it does look like now with the Lucian and the bot lane of Miami all rowing up towards this dragon, it will be the Ocean Drake secured. Likely no contest from the side of NIU on that one. And Miami will start that Drake scaling 8.5 minutes, so not super early on in this contest, but will be able to get the minimum of the looks like 26-minute soul, if that is indeed the case. NIU will actually start up the Rift Herald. Nice ultimate comes through, able to grab it on towards Summoner XD, but nice stun comes back, and this could be the damage coming through. Indeed it is. Crix able to slay Cleave, and NIU will grab one back as the aggressive play comes through from the side of Miami, but NIU now able to grab something back, and Troy is going to be in a bad spot as does use the culling and will force the answer here from the from Space Marine 18's Victor, but with both sides getting away from that one will mean that it will just be the advantage for the Huskies with that kill in the bot side, able to turn around the potential gank opportunity into a kill for Crix GG. And relatively even in the farm overall in that bot lane. NIU looking to scale up into this one, so the fact that they're only down about 2.1 thousand gold here is actually quite good for the side of the Huskies. Ult comes through here. That's called the Forge God for the Ornn. Oh, nice hop. Able to get away from that one from Lucent, but he could be in a bad spot here as Graves is there as well. Meganar is going to be available in just about, yeah, there it is. And NIU will have to finish this one off, but now the stun goes come through onto Graves, and he'll be stunned up with the double ulti there, as well as the sleep coming through from Lilia. Nicely done to dodge that Swirl Seed here by Alpha Squirtle, but he's going to get dove, and now Knockup does come through, but not going to be enough to get the kill, as Mayamo Big D will complete the dive, and a 2-for-0 in favor of the Redhawks here on the top side. And not only that, but they are going to grab the plates here. So NIU losing quite a bit in terms of their advantage in this top lane. Space Marine 18 is going to get the gank now, but able to land the nice gravity well on towards looked like Cleave there. Not able to grab anything back as the death sentence does come through, and it will be a 3-1-0 Lucian here for the side of Miami. NIU sitting on just 2 kills, down 7-2, and down that first Drake here 11 minutes into the contest, as it has been a pretty quick and aggressive early game from the side of Miami. NIU going to look to see if they cannot bring this one back. Moonstone now finished for the Seraphine, as is the Gale Force for the Lucian, and the Stridebreaker for the Gnar. So playing that more solo queue type of build that has been pretty prevalent with that Stridebreaker Gnar. Looking at the side of NIU, they currently don't have any of their mythic items finished. Miami sniffing out that there might be a gank on the bot side here. A nice slow comes through, so NIU will just grab that Rift Herald and try to escort it in here and see if they can't grab anything. Lilia is roaming down to make sure that she can grab the advantage if possible. Now, NIU does get re-engaged on here, and they are going to grab a lot of damage, but is not going to be enough to grab the kill, and that's going to be the flash forward from the Lilia. Triple sleep comes through, and that is going to be the damage. Crick's going to be able to flash away from that one, and NIU will just wait it out. But with the Lucian already here, this could be advantage over to the side of Miami. There goes the culling. Going to be a double kill for the Lucian. He'll be 5-1-0, and PCH will escape that one, but a bit of a disastrous play from NIU. Able to grab the turret plates, but not much else, and indeed will lose 2 of their members for that one. Stridebreaker able to keep the Ornn in that lane for just a little bit longer, and yeah, there is the advantage coming through from the top side as well. We do see that Victor is roaming up towards the top side to catch this wave, so there could be some danger for the Gnar if he stays a little bit too long. But with the wards available to himself, he is not going to be found out. Nice Stridebreaker, nice ulti comes through, but there's the gravity well to try to get out of this one. Ult comes through as well. Nice flash forward from Lucent is going to be enough. There's the stun, but will be PCH jumping on back towards this one, and will be able to grab the kill, the shutdown onto Gnar. So NIU will grab one back, trading it 1-for-1. Now Lucian is here, and that's just going to be a dead dead Graves with the flash and the Gale Force used there by Lucian. He'll be able to grab the kill. 6-1-0 is Troy 1 on that champion. Yeah, Graves even forced to go into the Immortal Shield Bow build. Not as common as like a Gale Force build for him. Luden's Tempest has been finished by Victor, so he'll at least start scaling into this contest. The rest of NIU's members have not been able to find their mythic items. Nice flash forward from Summer XD to make sure that he does not get hit by that death sentence, but this is going to be the full rotation from Lucent. He could just chase down the Ornn here, not able to do it, but going to force this side of NIU out of this mid lane, at least the Ornn at this point in time. Lucian going to finish off the top lane turret, get first brick here, and extend the lead of Miami up to 6,500. Nice hook to make sure, nice turret put up by the side of the Heimerdinger to make sure that death sentence doesn't land, but NIU's bot lane sitting just about a full level down each of their members, and that'll be second Dragon, the Infernal, finished up from the side of Miami. Cloud Soul will be the one on the map this game, and now Miami will just roam towards the mid lane, trying to take out that tier 1 turret. Heimerdinger going to be allowed to farm down in the bot lane. Lucian will be sent to answer that one. And with the Swirl Seed roaming through the lane, it will be NIU forced to back away from this mid-tier 1 turret. And they will just grab just about half the health will Miami off of that structure. Looking now, it will be NIU just trying to counteract some of the Lucian split push. So there's a step forward from Troy. It's going to be a little overextended, but won't be punished for that one. NIU will just look to continue to clear out this wave. Senna looking for the stun there, not able to find it. And that's going to be actually the full culling coming through, and going to be the flash forward. Now the Gale Force used as well, and that is going to be a double kill for Troy when this all comes through. Nice ult, though, does come through from Heimer. They're going to make sure that this is traded back, and NIU going to be not able to grab anything on the top side, so we'll just be a 2-for-1 in favor of Miami here. And NIU going to be put in a precarious position where now there is just this pressure on towards the top side, and two members having to be around at all times to make sure that they are not going to get killed off here, as pretty much one level or more advantages on each of the members of Miami. NIU needing to really scale back into this game. Now, Nari is going to re-engage here. This is going to be enough from the, yeah, there's going to be the orange just getting killed off with the sleep coming through from Lilia, the ultimate use. PCH going to dodge away from that one. Will be the stun missing by the Senna here, and will just be an additional kill going over towards the side of Miami. 14-4 with that 1 turret to nothing advantage, 2 Drakes to nothing, and a just about 6,000 gold lead in favor of the Red Hawks. NIU going to need to stabilize here. The one thing that is positive for them is that the Gnar is sitting without his teleport for just about half of its cooldown left. Lucian does have his, but NIU has both of their teleports available if they want to make an aggressive map play. Really not in a position to be able to do so, though. So we will see if they are really able to counteract some of this split push that Troy 1 and Lucent will be providing. They are able to grab some of this farm back to make sure that they are at least staying pretty even in levels. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Senna. Is she sitting on a solid number? Yeah, 54 souls. So just about to get to the point where she will be able to have that full range advantage and be at her full scaling. NIU looking for a dive here on a Troy, and that's going to be the flash coming through from Crix, and with the Gale Force, will just be the kill going over, but Troy is going to be found out for this one. Will be traded right back, and NIU will say, you know what? We'll give you that kill onto Crix GG as long as we're able to get the shutdown gold onto the rest of our members. But in response, Miami will look to just take down this mid lane tier 2 with that Rift Herald, not even having to charge on the first turret, and there it is. Tier 2 already going down, and NIU will clear out the Rift Herald so that it doesn't get a third charge off, but, or sorry, a charge off onto that neck inhibitor turret, but will be the advantage going over towards Miami once again. Just about 7,500 now, the gold lead in favor of the Red Hawks. NIU needs to stem this bleeding and find out how to get their own team fights going. They do finally have the Kraken Slayer finished on the Senna, as well as the Liandry's Lament on the Heimerdinger. Shirelia's is finished for I believe the Thresh here, and then Liandry's also finished for Lilia. So yeah, as we thought with those runes, Lilia not going for the Moonstone build, going for more of the aggressive AP carry style of jungler here with that Liandry's. They will just clear away Miami, the vision around the Dragon Pit here, and NIU might just have to give this one up and allow Miami to go to Drake Point, or Soul Point, I should say. Yeah, this could be full rotation with the culling going through. Troy 1 having a 3-level advantage onto the Ornn, just able to full rotation and take him down to half health despite the Ornn being tanky, and NIU really needing to allow that Ornn to get towards his level advantages, because that is the only way they'll be able to grab these item upgrades from the Ornn. Now this could be PCH just running right into a Death Crush. A nice flash, is able to get through here with the nice use of the flash and the ultimate. Now going to be just getting through. Is going to get killed off, but Mayamo Biggie may fall for the effort. As nice flash forward. There's going to be the ultimate, and the heal goes through, but is not going to be enough. Crix will slay Cleave, and it does look like Miami will get this one traded back 1-for-1, and now you might have the advantage on this fight here. They do have 3 members down. Now, teleport does come through from the side of Miami, and this is going to be the slow on with the burn. And yes, Summoner XD will just be taken out in the back line, and now Crix GG and Space Marine 18 are in a bad spot, not able to really find anything. This is teleport being used by Crix, or sorry, by Summoner XD, just to make sure that he gets out of this one. Crix will be the sacrificial lamb, and NIU will just back out their mid laner with the teleport, but we'll lose another 2 in the process. Now here comes the culling here from Lucian, up 4 levels on PCH, 3 levels now, and just able to dive the turret and grab that kill. Will Space Marine, yes, he will be able to trade it back, but instead it'll be also the Drake taken by the side of Miami. NIU now down 19-7 and 8,000, actually 8,500 gold here. And really, this lead for Miami keeps growing and growing. NIU, like we said, just needs to kind of hold out and try to scale, see if they can't get this Ornn in towards his level 13. Then he'll have his own item upgrade. Going for the Iceborne Gauntlet here, or Frostfire Gauntlet, I should say, which is actually quite the interesting build. We've normally seen the Forgefire Crest or the Sunfire Crest into the Forgefire Crest here for the Ornn, but with some of those recent changes to the items, it will be the Iceborne, sorry, the Frostfire Gauntlet finish for the side of the Ornn here. With no pill participation, he is sitting quite a bit behind in levels, needing to get to that 13, as we mentioned, to upgrade his own item, and then 14 on up will be able to upgrade his teammates' items. And there's going to be the nice death sentence. That's going to land on a PCH. He will be actually not killed off right away, able to get some more damage on towards Lucian. Lucian's going to flash forward, and now Crix GG is going to be caught out by Troy here. Ultimate does come through from Seraphine, and that's going to be catching all the members of NIU. Will be now IBN taking out 2. Mayamo Big D will take out another, and now this is going to be the damage, and NIU will be aced on this one. Miami, 22 minutes in the game, is already in NIU's base, and without anybody respawning for the next 12 seconds, it will just be Miami able to finish off this one with the really nice pick turning into a full team fight victory, and NIU will have to go back to the drawing board for game number 2, as Miami able to grab game 1, and likely we saw PCH die right there again, but the game did freeze for whatever reason once again, so we will we'll see that one go on through. Let's see if we can't get yeah, it's not going to let us play, unfortunately, here. So, oh, there it goes. Okay. Yeah, for some reason it has frozen. It's okay, though. We will back away from this one. And NIU falling in game number 1 to the side of Miami in pretty convincing fashion here for the Redhawks. We'll be back in just a minute here with game number 2. But NIU will need to go back to the drawing board to find something new, as that one did not go into their favor. All right, everybody, we are going to be back in just a second for game number 2. Yeah, I mean, first game was kind of interesting. Heimerdinger support we saw from NIU, not necessarily something that I've seen very often come out from the team, but now we're going to go ahead and jump on into Champ Select for game number 2. There we go. NIU now on the blue side. Hecarim going to be the ban away for them here. We'll see if they want to take away that Seraphine. It seemed like that caused them some issues with that double flex of the Seraphine Lucian. Olaf and Udyr are going to be taken away by NIU and Miami, respectively. Now looking at the side of at Miami, sorry to make a ban here. We'll see what they want to go with. Will it be that Rel take it away as they did in the last game? No, it's going to be the Anivia. That was the ban. First pick last time. So we'll see if they want to take it off the board. And there it is. Seraphine going to be taken off the board by NIU. They don't think they want to play it, so they are not going to leave it up. And Rel going to be taken away by Miami. Does leave one of those comfort picks up for the side of Miami. And NIU said the Senna was not the problem. We're going to go right back to that one. Picking that one up with the Rel already banned away. Usually that would be their go-to first pick. So very interesting to see where NIU wants to answer this. Does leave something like the Kaisa available for the side of Miami to go for if they want to. Could be the Samira, even with the gutted kneecaps. We'll see, and that is going to be the Thresh. Caused a lot of problems early on for NIU there with some of those nice death sentences. So we'll see if he's able to grab some more early on, some hooks and plays. Mayama Big D will pick up the Jinx for his AD carry IBN, letting himself go to the that scaling type of hyper carry pick. Definitely something that is a pocket pick of his. Not been something that we've been seeing as much in the college or professional play sessions, just because it's not in as strong of a spot as some of those other 80 carries, but will be the Heimerdinger Senna once again from NIU, and this time they're going to grab the Gnar. We have seen Alpha Squirtle be very comfortable on that champion, so now that it is available for himself to play, he will pick it up, and NIU will have that Heimerdinger. Could be a double flex here, could also go towards the mid lane, or could go towards the support once again, but now with that Irelia available, could be the answer into the Gnar. We've seen it quite a bit. What I would be surprised by, yeah, we're not going to see the Fiora. Very surprising that we haven't seen this Fiora as much. I think with 11 point, I believe we're on 11.4, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Fiora is in a very strong spot at the moment, so I'm surprised that none of these carry top laners for some of these teams have picked up the Fiora. We'll see if it gets more play as the pro scene starts to see some of those buffs over the next week. Orianna going to be banned away here by the side of Miami, thinking that they're going to go ahead towards the... now Lilia actually taken away by NIU. So Miami thinking that this is a Heimerdinger in the support role. They don't think it could go mid at all. So they're going to ban away mid laners and say, NIU, you're going to have to play something lower on the tier priority list in the mid lane. NIU going to do the same towards the jungle, saying that they believe that there are some strong picks that they can allow PCH to play. Gray is going to be taken off the board and followed by the Karthus. So yeah, both of these junglers will be down in the priority tier list. We'll see where the side of Miami wants to go with it. Yep, there they go with the Twisted Fate. So they play very similarly to that to a team like 100 Thieves, where they want to play towards the bot side and they always want to roam down that mid laner towards the bot side to grab the dive. So NIU going to have to play very safely around this one. Skarner going to be the answer into that, and that is exactly what you want to do. That is the dive buddy there with the Gnar, with the Skarner. You can go on and grab that Jinx, and that means that you are going to have to pay the Skarner tax, as Captain Flowers likes to say, and you're going to have to pay the tax man with that, with the... oh my goodness, why have I forgotten the item name? But Mercurial Scimitar builds out of this item. Cinder going to be picked up for NIU, as that is just the AP carry that we've been wanting to see Space Marine 18 pilot that champion once again. It's very, very strong. We saw it in the pro yesterday, just able to blow up the AD carry at different times. So this is very much from NIU, a composition that wants to get onto those carries and Jinx and Irelia, and they want to blow up those carries. Nunu would be a very interesting pick, but instead it is going to be the Jarvan that Miami goes towards. You're going to have to QSS, Quicksilver Sash. I'm so sorry. That's the one that they're going to have to build on the side of Miami. Luckily for the Red Hawks, they do have Jinx, who will already want to itemize towards that Mercurial Scimitar anyway, so QSS doesn't really affect her as much. Irelia doesn't feel as shoehorned by it, but definitely with Jarvan, Twisted Fate, and Thresh, you're not going to really think that, not going to really see that pick. Gnar certainly going to have to play weak side and could be in a rough spot, especially if there is that dive early with the Jarvan, with the Twisted Fate. So Gnar going to have to play very carefully. NIU does have the ability to scale once again in this composition, so we'll see how they're able to pilot this Skarner. Definitely the pick. We'll see if PCH is able to do what Cat Flowers calls the butt twist. So there's going to be a lot of cool interactions here with this champion, something that we don't see as much, that Skarner. So very much, as you guys are already doing, throw in your ideas on this draft into the chat. I think it's a very different style of composition for NIU, very similar in the bot lane, but mid, top, and jungle are playing very differently here. There are a lot more options in terms of carry potential for Miami, but also a pretty squishy team comp, as Jarvan and Thresh will be really the only frontliners there for the side of Miami, and Jarvan will have to opt in towards more of a tanky build, which he wants to go for more of the time anyway. But looking at it now, there are some decent carry potential on the side of NIU as well. NIU, as we mentioned in game number 1, fell pretty solidly to these Red Hawks, so they'll need to come back and find themselves the victory here in game number 2 if they want to have any chance at a game number 3, and we'll pull out the silver scrapes if that happens. Looking through the chat, thank you guys all for watching so much so far tonight. Milkman Lorne, thank you for your subscription with Prime. Be like Milkman Lorne. Grab yourself that Legacy logo emote and throw it on in the chat if you have it, if you think the Huskies are going to take this game number 2. Bebo says this is actually a very similar comp for NIU, but a bit of a different look for Miami. I could see what you're saying with that one. My gut reaction was, well, with 3 different champions in the top side, it's a very different comp. But looking at it more closely, NIU's looking to do similar things. The Graves, at least, is not the carry as much. Something a little tankier to try to negate some of this possible lead here for the side of Miami. They like the Heimer into the Thresh. I think, they do. We'll see exactly if it's a good counter pick right now. I haven't seen it as much, but definitely a strong pick. Or could be a strong pick if Crix is able to get that lead. Looking at it as well, one thing I think that we might end up seeing from some of these teams next patch is that is the return of maybe a funnel meta. The jungle experience changes for 11.5 are going to be very interesting to see if that really brings up some things. So, yeah, it is going to be hard. You're right. But Gnar needs to be stable. That is something that when Alpha Squirtle has been put on this Gnar, he has been able to kind of be that rock in the top lane. So we'll see if he's able to do so once again. Last game falling 0-3 was non-characteristic of Alpha Squirtle 81. So very interesting to see if he's going to be able to get back to his lane-winning ways. With that in mind, though, we are going to jump on into into game here for game number 2. Should be on into game any second here. Let me get that all set up for you. Looking at this summoner spells, once again, it is going to be on the side of, all of these solo laners will be using the teleport, so that means that Troy should have pretty much double global ultimate, or with the ultimate and the teleport available to himself. But looking at the bot lanes, heal and ignite once again. So same summoner spells, pretty traditional summoner spells as well. Looking at the build paths here, we do see Dorn's Blades from both top laners. In this case, it'll be the Skarner going for the Chilling Smite, and it'll be Miami's jungler going for the red Corrupting Smite. On the side of the mid lane, it is going to be Dorn's Ring for the Syndra, and Corrupting Potion for Twisted Fate. Senna going to be using the Sickle once again, whereas Jinx is going to be on the Dorn's Blade. And then Dorn's Ring once again for Heimerdinger compared to the Steel Shoulder Guards again for the Thresh. In terms of runes, we do see the Fleet Footwork taken by Gnar, so a little bit different of a build here from what Lucent had went on it. Conquer for Irelia. Skarner using the Phase Rush to get some of that more move speed when he's able to land the ultimate, as well as the Conquer on Mayamo Big D. This could be a dive or a collapse here on towards NIU. Now you're going to be able to use the nice boomerang to get away from that one, so they will be forced away from the vision here, but the Spire will be taken by Troy, and so that'll be on the side of Miami first and foremost. Let's keep going through these runes. We do see the Phase Rush taken by the Syndra as compared to the Unsealed Spellbook from the Twisted Fate. Glacial Augment, as always, for Senna. Lethal Tempo for the Jinx, and then on the supports, it is once again the Arcane Comet for Crix GG on that Heimerdinger, and the Aftershock for Thresh once again. And NIU this time going to be able to get the push in the level advantage here in the bot lane, able to grab level. Going to be able to grab level 2 first. This could be an early dive on towards the Syndra. Going to be Jarvan just sitting in there waiting for this one, and NIU going to be able to back away from it. So Space Marine, despite being the level, despite getting his level first, will not be in danger here, despite the gank opportunity here. slow on from Sunmercy on towards IBN. Once again, we are seeing the fasting Senna, so very expected. NIU will just continue to sit back and farm out this lane. Jinx going to be able to have that longer range when she's on the I forget the name of her guns there. Is it Fishbones and I forget the name of the second one, but the rocket gun. When she's able to use that one, she will be having the better range here. NIU this time able to keep pretty even in the CS. Lanes will be pushed in. Now this is going to be Irelia already looking for the dive on towards the Gnar, and actually nice damage coming through from both of these team members. Alpha Squirtle will actually win that trade as he's going to be able to grab the Mega Gnar here and have that available to himself if he gets the stun. Nice stun does come through from both of these top laners, and instead it'll just be each of them roaming or moving back and taking the trade as it exists. Farm lead definitely going towards Irelia here. Gnar going to have to sit back and just farm out the lane as best as possible. Exactly what we expected in Champ Select. Now that's a nice stun coming through on towards the Thresh. Able to get a nice little chunk of damage on towards Cleave is the side of NIU, but not really able to grab much else out of it. And NIU, nicely done to keep this early game aggression up and really negate some of this early pressure. By this time in game number 1, they were already down 2 kills, so doing very well to kind of stem the bleeding here for game number 2. Jarvan going to roam through the mid lane once again, so NIU going to spot that one out, but Jarvan will find himself the Skarner. Skarner going to go ahead and just back away. We'll leave the Scuttle Crab, and Jarvan will be able to grab the double Scuttle, and Skarner will be down once again in levels, but we'll just play safe and not elect to lose his life for that one. Probably the wise decision. Irelia, once she was able to back, was able to grab that call, so we'll have the gold lead very handily there in the top lane. Not really anything Gnar can do here to negate that. So already Ionian Boots of Lucidity finished off for the Twisted Fate, so he'll be able to have quicker rotations through his spells with that additional ability haste. NIU will just have to continue to farm out these waves and see what they can do with that. Skarner is down to the bot side, will back away though, so not looking like anything is going to be picked up here for NIU. First Drake will spawn in just about 4 seconds here. We'll see which one it is. It is going to be the first Drake is once again the Infernal Drake, and with the topside focus here from the side of Miami, not likely going to be the quick take of either of these teams on that Drake objective. Nice job getting away from that Death Sentence by Summoner XD, making sure he doesn't get hooked in, and NIU doing a much better job of just sitting back and scaling on this Heimerdinger and Senna in game number 2 than they had in game number 1. As we mentioned in Champ Select, this seems like a lot more of a comfort draft from NIU. Looks like they may be able to pick it up a little bit more strongly and able to take some of this and negate some of this early game aggression that Miami is trying to dump out. Now, we do see Twisted Fate now with level 6. This is going to be the engage here from the side of Miami. They're going to grab first blood. Actually, Troy could die for this one as nice flash comes through, and Death Sentence does land onto the Senna. Nicely done to be able to grab that, and actually will be first blood going over towards the side of Miami. Gnar going to have to hop away as there is going to be the kill, and once again, 2 kills cross map as both halves of the map for Miami really went aggressive at the same time and able to grab that rotation down. As we expected Champ Select, the Twisted Fate roaming down really makes the difference in this bot lane and is able to just grab the Thresh, able to grab the nice hook at full range on towards Senna, and would then grab the kill for first blood. So it will go over towards Jinx, but this is now with TP back to lane from the Gnar. He's already low, and he's going to be killed off as Lucent just lands the full rotation. And this is exactly what we were worried about in Champ Select for this Gnar, that as soon as Lucent gets that lead, he's going to be able to just solo out this Gnar pretty consistently. Now Miami already starting off the Rift Scuttle right near that Infernal Drake. NIU not really going to be able to contest this one, so it will just be the control over that Dragon Pit here for Miami. Skarner going to find the Gonna be found out, but will not be able to land the hook. There goes the play back, and Skarner gonna be able to flash away, and oh, nice ulti comes through from Meow Big D, and that's gonna be enough to grab the kills, as there is the nice trap coming through from the Jinx. 6-0 already in favor of Miami, and I spoke too soon about NIU kind of stemming the bleeding here, as now their Gnar is down 22 CS there and 2 kills. Skarner is down 14 CS and 2 kills. And really the only lane that they're able to grab this lead in is the Syndra against the Twisted Fate, but Twisted Fate with the assist over the Syndra. Jinx already grabbing her second turret plate, and this is not what you want to see if you are a fan of NIU, as they need to scale into this game. They are going to be able to grab the... they're going to keep the side of Miami from continuing to push in there, but Miami already grabbing that Infernal Drake 8 minutes in once again, and 6-0 in favor of the Redhawks. Nice hop to get away, and now this is going to be the ulti coming through from the Twisted Fate, and not really anything Gnar can do. There goes the red card, and it is just going to be, or sorry, the yellow card, and that is going to be enough for the side of Miami. Kill goes over towards Twisted Fate, and 1-0-1 on that champion, and 0-3-0 Gnar. As we mentioned, definitely uncharacteristic of of Alpha 81's typical performance on this champion. But with that Irelia, there's not really anything he can do except to try to be the rock and really not playing to his normal level on this occasion. To be completely honest, though, that is expected against this Miami team. They are a very strong team. Likely will contest for best team in the conference, but looking at the side of NIU, now that's a nice stun on towards Troy, but will not be really anything, and there's going to be the stun coming through from Irelia on towards PCH. Able to get away with the usage of that phase rush proc, but will just be taken low on that endeavor. NIU needing to continue to scale in, and nice hop away from the Gnar, so making sure that he doesn't grab that. Now ulti comes through from Irelia with the hop already used. It is just going to be the over-aggression from Gnar will mean that Irelia will be able to grab that kill already 2 levels up, and on this one, as a top laner myself, that is not a fun position to be in. It is already down 43 CS, and down a couple levels. There's not really any way he even gets to play the game of League of Legends, and much like Dyrus in the early days of TSM, this is definitely Alpha Squirrel 81 getting the Dyrus treatment here with that couple of early roams on up towards the top side. 8-0 in favor of the Redhawks at this point, and NIU kind of have fallen too far behind to see where they can do this. This is already going to be Rift Herald summoned down in the bot lane. NIU going to have to back away from that turret, and Tier 1 in the bot lane will already go down. There's the yellow card. Nice stun away. Actually doesn't land from Syndra, but able to grab some damage back towards Troy 1, and could be Crix dying as well here, as nice amount of damage comes through, but NIU going to look to re-engage, and with that that Fishbone's trap, it will just mean that NIU will have to back away as the Jinx is able to zone them off of that one. And Jarvan now just taking the jungle of the Skarner, and Skarner's in a rough spot here. Able to land the ultimate onto Jarvan, but not able to grab anything else, and now NIU is in a bad spot. There's going to be Flash, and Ignite is used. Oh, but the Super Mega Death Rocket doesn't land from IVN here, but will still be the kill going over on towards Heimerdinger, as the Ignite had been used by, I believe that was Twisted Fate, and he'll grab the second kill there. And 10-0 in favor of the Redhawks here. NIU kind of falling apart at the seams, unfortunately. There could be an element of tilt in this game. There could be an element of just giving this Lucent a comfort pick in that Irelia. But definitely a rough game coming through for the Huskies here, and they need to make sure that they are not even... There's the teleport coming through. Nicely done to get the hop away, and will just mean that teleport needs to come through from the side of NIU. Space Marine 18 able to flash forward. That's going to be the could be the kill going over and not able to grab it, and actually it's going to be the kill going over towards the side of Lucent on a Space Marine 18. NIU looked like they might finally get a kill in this game. So a little too far forward, as that is a Blade of the Rune King already finished on the Irelia, as well as the Cull, needing only 6 more stacks to be fully fleshed out. I don't know that there's really much more that NIU can do in this contest. They need to play very safe and just try to get some advantage back. And now here comes the red card, or the yellow card onto Gnar, and Troy is just going to run at Alpha Squirtle 81 and kill him off here. And this is really a hard game to play if you're the side of NIU. Not really much you can do as the Gnar at 0-5, and with only the plated steel caps and a Hearthstone axe, I believe is what that's called. But yeah, let's take a look at that one. Yeah, Hearthbound axe, my apologies, for the side of NIU, and down about 60 CS, as well as 4 kills. Not really anything you can do at this point. 12-0 in favor of the Red Hawks, and now NIU just going to have to back away. Able to land the death sentence on towards PCH, and he'll get caught out with the double stun, the chain lock, and will not be able to get out of that one. 13-0 in favor of these Red Hawks, and at this point you have to be wondering if they're trying for a perfect game out of this one. Yeah, they have lost 1 turret plate. 1 turret plate is the difference right now between Miami and a perfect game, but we'll see if NIU is able to grab a kill to make sure that this doesn't turn into a full, at least a perfect game no-hitter type of situation. Now Big D will take a lot of damage here, but will not be enough, as the kill already goes through on towards Space Marine 18 on the Syndra. Was just caught out, and now will be Miami finishing off that tier 2 or tier 1 in the mid lane. And then you're going to flash forward with the Skarner, not able to grab us. There goes the QSS on towards the Skarner ultimate, and will mean that NIU will just be turned on and killed here. The Senna and the Skarner both taken down, and NIU just needing to get something if they want to avoid this perfect game situation. 16-0, already down 13,000 gold here at the 14-minute mark. And with Lucent taking that solo gold on the bot side, that'll be even more for the Red Hawks here. Really showing exactly why they are a strong team in this conference. And NIU, don't get me wrong, is a strong team as well. Definitely in the top 4. And this could be actually, stun does come through though from the from Irelia here. So that means that NIU won't be able to grab anything else. Skarner will just go ahead and try to grab that Gromp away from Jarvan, but he's down 2 levels, now 3 levels on the champion. And you have to wonder if this is indeed going to be that perfect game from Miami. And now here comes the 3 members of NIU trying to commit to that one, just chasing, and with the flag and drag, Jarvan able to get out of that one, so won't be able to grab anything here, will NIU. And now this could be Twisted Fate roaming on towards Crix GG. Already down 3 levels is Crix on Troy, so he'll just try to grab something, anything he can, and it won't really be enough, as now their second Rift Herald has spawned. Miami doesn't even want to go for that one right now. They're looking more towards the mid lane. Now it looks like they will ping towards this objective to try to just push out the mid lane. And oh geez, this could be PCH getting that blue buff stolen. Indeed it is, with the blue card. Troy just going to steal that one away, and now it's just really just disheartening from NIU. You can tell that the entire game plan for this one is just the tilt for Miami. And now Space Marine 18 going to get caught, as well as the Summoner XD here. Now flash forward, able to flash out, and Crix will just die to this one as well, despite using the stopwatch. And indeed, it looks like this might be the perfect game for Miami, as they already have the Herald. They're going to summon it in the mid lane, and now they will go ahead and take this this inhibitor turret number 1. PCH going to get stunned up. He'll be killed off now by the Irelia, and 20-0. No turrets for NIU, no Drakes, and indeed they will be instead. They will get 1 turret plate out of it in the bot side, but otherwise this is going to be the perfect game for Miami. And if you're the committee and you want to make a case, in the case that Miami gets second place in the conference, and you want to make a case for them being in the top 32, this is your game to do so. And now you're going to look to grab something back. Will they be able to get any kills at all? They'll grab one. The perfect game has ended. It's 21-1. It doesn't matter. They lost, but it doesn't matter. The perfect game doesn't happen. NIU saves it. But yeah, despite that show of faux excitement here, that is the victory for Miami. They will take NIU down 2-0 and look very strong doing so. Not really anything NIU can do here. They'll be back next week against the team from the Eastern Michigan University, where they will be trying to get back into the winning ways, falling to 7-3 after today's game. And the Huskies really wanting to get back on the board next week, move to 8-3, and really move in towards the playoffs here. So the one thing, though, that this does mean, NIU is now locked in to the number 4 spot in the playoffs. That means that the winner of the tiebreak will have side selection against NIU, and if there is a tiebreak at the top, very likely that would be that could be Miami, it could be Buffalo, it could be Northeastern. Right now, I believe that Buffalo would have it, but these win times could mean that Miami ends up grabbing it. So we'll end up seeing, there could be a bunch of permutations that end up coming into effect. Depends on how the games next week play out, as well as the rest of the games this week. Let's take a look at those while we have the chance here. So looking at it, it was Buffalo did take down Ohio 2-0, and that's last week. My apologies. Looking at it now, sorry. Northeastern dropped their first game to Central Michigan, and Buffalo beat Bowling Green 2-0. So, as it stands right now, if Central Michigan is able to pull off this upset, that would leave Miami and Northeastern at the tie for the top. Miami and Buffalo at the tie for the top. Miami was beaten by Buffalo. So Buffalo would be the first seed, and NIU would face Buffalo in the playoffs if Central Michigan is able to hold on to this one. Northeastern would have the advantage over NIU by virtue of them beating the Huskies, by virtue of Northeastern taking the game on Wednesday. But looking forward, NIU, let's look at the schedule for next week. So Northeastern already played Ball State, which is interesting. Looks like Ball State forfeited the last match against Northeastern. So Northeastern is locked in. As long as NIU wins, Northeastern is locked into the 3rd seed. If they lose today against Central Michigan, we will go ahead and take a look as that one progresses. But that is a very interesting one. Let's take a look at how that played out. Central Michigan just had a really good game out of Why Fight Me, their jungler, as well as Icade and Kealoha, their bot laner and support. And very off game here. Alonis once again playing that Silas that he played into us on Wednesday, and not really having much success with that one, as did Stale Bagel on that Udyr, not really having much success. So NIU will be back on next Saturday, but the Huskies will be back tonight at 6 p.m. as our Overwatch team, including Dances with Narwhals there, will be playing against the Northeastern Huskies here at 6 p.m. in Overwatch, a best of 5. We'll see you guys next week on Saturday as NIU takes on Eastern Michigan, looking to grab a win at the end of the season and position themselves with some momentum moving in towards the playoffs here in the Esports Collegiate Conference. As always, I've been Connor Vagel, coming to you from the campus of Northern Illinois University, and thank you so much, guys, for watching. We'll see you next Saturday or tonight for Overwatch. Pow Pow, thank you. Fishbones and Pow Pow. Thank you so much to Bebo. I saw that late, but yes. And that has been it. We'll see you next week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you later.